Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Look, if you've been paying even a little bit of attention to the tech space lately, you know it's been an absolutely chaotic week of technical AI news. It's like drinking from a fire hose, right? But our goal today is actually pretty simple. We are going to translate that overwhelming noise into a strategic, highly actionable executive briefing. We're cutting through all the fluff, and we're focusing purely on productivity and real bottom-line business impact.
But before we actually get into the software itself, I want to show you exactly why we need to have this conversation right now. 600%. That is the massive stock jump that Allbirds, the company famous for selling shoes, experienced recently. And why did that happen? Well, because they announced they were pivoting to become an AI company. They rebranded to New Bird AI and started acquiring GPU assets. Now, regardless of how you feel about the long-term viability of, selling shoes versus GPUs, this just brilliantly illustrates the market's aggressive, almost ravenous hunger for AI return on investment. The market is seriously rewarding AI ambition. But look, as executives, we need actual productivity tools, not just hype.
So, here's how we're breaking it down today. 1. The rise of desktop AI agents. 2. Parallel project management workflows. 3. Scaling creative content pipelines. 4. Upgrading software engineering output. And 5. Your quarterly AI action plan.
All right, starting off with Section 1, Rise of Desktop AI Agents, Deploying Digital Workers. So, we are in the middle of a massive macro shift right now. We're moving away from those conversational chatbots that you just type back and forth with into agentic AI that literally operates your computer desktop alongside you. Take OpenAI's huge update to their Codex app, for example. This is no longer just a code generator. It's practically a digital worker. Let me give you an actionable look at how this operates. Step 1, you just assign it a prompt and context. Like, you can tell it to build a local Connect 4 app for your Mac. Then, Step 2 is where the magic really happens. Codex does this background computer takeover. It can literally see, click, and type with its very own cursor, working on your machine in parallel, completely in the background without interfering with whatever other apps you're using. And then Step 3, local testing and reporting. In that Connect 4 example, Codex built the whole app in about 13 minutes, launched it locally, and then actually played the game as the user against the computer just to test the user experience, before reporting back to you. You delegate, it executes, tests, and reports. It's wild.
Moving on to Section 2, Parallel Project Management Workflows, Simplifying Complexity. Now, as these agents get smarter, the new challenge is figuring out how to orchestrate these complex, continuous workflows without, losing track of your local files or crossing your wires. The absolute crucial point here is knowing exactly which tool to deploy for which workflow. Let's look at Anthropic's Claude Code first. This just got updated with a beautiful new interface, and it absolutely excels at running parallel sessions. You can kick off work across multiple code repositories and seamlessly pin and jump between different threads as the results come in. It's an absolute powerhouse if you're in a coding environment. But then, compare that to Perplexity's new personal computer. This one is designed to be a persistent local orchestrator. Think about running this on a secure Mac Mini sitting in your office. It just stays available 24/7, reading your to-do lists, reasoning out exactly how to accomplish tasks, and securely working across your local files, iMessage, and native apps. So basically, Claude is your ultimate multitasking coding assistant, while Perplexity PC is your dedicated always-on background operations manager.
Next up, Section 3. Scaling creative content pipelines, adaptation and speed.
Now, for anyone overseeing brand output or marketing, Canva AI 2.0 is bringing some incredibly anticipated features to the table. And listen, this isn't just about making pretty pictures anymore. It's about serious workflow automation. Canva AI 2.0 will actually connect directly into your communication pipelines, things like Slack and Notion, meaning you can just drop a creative brief into a Notion doc and Canva will automatically generate the campaign assets for you. But for an executive, the real value here is consistency. The AI actually remembers and adapts to your unique brand style over time. Plus, it lets you generate literally any element. We're talking graphics, audio, even 3D elements right inside the editor just by using text. It basically ensures your creative team can scale their output exponentially without ever losing that crucial brand consistency.
And when we look at pure image generation, the dynamics around speed and cost are shifting incredibly fast. Microsoft just released MAI Image 2 Efficient, and it generates images in a blistering 13.7 seconds. It is specifically optimized for really fast, cost-effective workflows, especially if you need to render short-form text cleanly. But on the flip side, Midjourney just dropped version 8.1. It's actually 3 times faster and cheaper than their previous version, and it brings back those absolutely iconic native 2K HD aesthetics they're known for. So creative directors can now optimize their pipelines perfectly. You use Microsoft for those rapid, cost-effective mockups, and you deploy Midjourney when you need those high-fidelity final assets.
All right, into section 4, upgrading software engineering output, the ROI of new models.
Okay, adopting the right AI model right now translates to massive immediate performance gains for your technical teams. Just take a look at the SWE Bench Pro scores. If you're not familiar, this is basically the gold standard for testing an AI's ability to solve real-world software engineering problems. Previously, Claude Opus 4.6 was sitting at a 53.4% success rate. Then, an open-source model called Minimax M2.7 came along and pushed the boundary to 56.2%. But this week, Anthropic dropped Claude Opus 4.7, and it completely blows the competition out of the water. It hit a 64.3% success rate. For a software engineering team, upgrading to Opus 4.7 isn't just a minor tweak. It creates a massive immediate leap in the complexity of code they can autonomously generate and debug.
But here's the thing, writing the code is really only half the battle. If your team is out there building AI-powered apps, you are eventually going to hit a scaling bottleneck. Your prototype might work great, but the second real live users hit it, the infrastructure just chokes. And that is exactly where Crusoe Managed Infrastructure comes in. By bringing your AI model over to their purpose-built infrastructure, your team can achieve literally 5 times more throughput than what you'd get from standard cloud providers. It can handle way more users and requests simultaneously. And the best part is your team doesn't have to waste their time becoming infrastructure experts. They get to focus purely on building the product while the infrastructure just scales effortlessly in the background. And finally, Section 5, your quarterly AI action plan, efficiency and impact.
We have definitely covered a lot of ground today, so let's bring all these insights together into a really strategic, bottom-line focused checklist for you. Things you can actually do to drive efficiency this quarter. Number 1, deploy Claude Opus 4.7 immediately for your engineering teams. You want to capture that massive 64% SWE bench capability right now. Number 2, pilot Perplexity PC on a secure machine. Test it out for continuous local background orchestration of those tedious administrative tasks. Number 3, get your marketing team to integrate Canva 2.0 directly into their Slack and Notion channels. That's going to automate so much campaign generation. And number 4, honestly, this is a huge one for just daily productivity. Implement Google's new Chrome/commands. This lets your entire team save their absolute best, most repetitive prompts as one-click tools right there in the Chrome browser. It turns a daily research habit into an immediate repeatable automation.
Now, before we wrap things up, I want to share something that I think perfectly encapsulates exactly where all of this is heading. A video from Boston Dynamics surfaced this week, and it showed one of their robots walking up to a physical whiteboard. Written on that whiteboard was, "Make sure all of the shoes at the front door are on the shoe rack." The robot actually read the board, totally understood the context, walked over, and autonomously put the shoes away. It even went around crushing and recycling empty cans afterward. I mean, this is such a powerful metaphor for the broader AI boom we're seeing, prompting agentic systems to autonomously complete tasks. It's no longer just happening on our computer desktops, it is rapidly moving out into the physical world. The whiteboard is literally becoming the prompt window.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to take back to your boardrooms. We are no longer just buying software that makes our human employees faster. We are actively deploying digital agents that actually do the work themselves. So you really have to ask yourself, is your infrastructure, your security protocols, and your management team actually ready to manage digital employees rather than just software tools? It is a completely different mindset. And the companies that figured out first, those are the ones who are going to capture that insane 600% ROI. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to start testing these agents out today. See you next time.